Hey everybody, this is Brett Lewis with L4 Group, and I'm really excited today because we're talking about Oktoberfest, and I have with me the two co-organizers of the Carbon County Oktoberfest, Frank Potozak and Stephen Ohl. How are you guys?
I'm good.
Doing great.
Awesome, awesome. So you know. First thing I want to talk about is your event, and you're positioning your event as being the most authentic Oktoberfest in the area. Can you touch on why it is that you guys have such an authentic atmosphere versus a lot of the other festivals that are around in the area?
Well, it's the family feel. We've really taken what I would say is extraordinary steps to make it a family event. Not just an event to come and drink beer, but an actual family event where you can go family. It doesn't matter the age, and everybody that comes can have a good time, because that's what Frank and I kind of conceived this event about a year ago, and we thought, what, let's make this a family special event, and that's one of the major differences, that somebody comes to our event, they will have something for everyone to do.
Awesome. And Frank, what about you?
Well, I like to consider it, call it that it's not a blacktop affair. A lot of the Oktoberfest that are out there right now are pretty much, situated in parking lots and big areas under tents, and I think a big part of being authentic is the setting that you have the Oktoberfest placed in. Last year we were in a beautiful setting amongst the woods, the fall foliage as well. This year the setting is going to be even better with fall foliage, you got the Blue Mountains in the background and stuff like that. So I think it all comes down to, a good portion comes down to the setting. We've got grass, we've got trees, we've got, obviously we're going to have fire pits again this year to give you the aroma of Oktoberfest. So I think, that has a lot to do with it as well.
That sounds awesome. And now, what about the actual, food, the beer, the wine that's being provided? Because again, I know there's a lot of other festivals in the area, and I think you guys are setting yours up with a unique selection of beverage and food items, especially when you compare that to other festivals in Northeast Pennsylvania.
Yeah, that was the whole idea, to have authentic foods and beer, and really good food and beverages was basically it, and not just your standard run-of-the-mill kind of items that you can find on any particular day in any tap house or bar. It was what's unique, what brings it to this event, and that's we've attended other so-called Oktoberfests, and it's a few beers, and there's nothing really, everything's ordinary, you can get just about anywhere. So that's our thing, is we really like to bring different beers. We have 3 local brews from the Red Castle Brewery. We have 5 different German beers that are really classic German beers on tap, and we have different wines from Gale and Glen. We have regular beverages, soda, water, things like that. And on the food side, I'll let Frank handle what he's got on the food. He really pours his heart into getting the food out there. It's very authentic stuff.
Yeah, very, very cool. And I don't know if you guys have picked up, I'm refraining myself from calling the other events Oktoberfest. I'm actually saying festivals, because they just happen to be in October, but they're not truly an Oktoberfest, because they're lacking some of these authentic elements that Steve, you just touched on. And Frank, why don't you talk about the food?
Yeah, I think when Steve first and I sat down and talked about it, we obviously said authentic, and food has to be authentic. So last year we had lots of great things. For example, we had knockwurst. And our friend and partner in the event, Loeffler's Gourmet out of Trenton, New Jersey, is the one that's making all of the authentic meats and stuff like that for us. He's going to be in charge of the kitchen again this year. But everything from knockwurst to German-style wieners. So what's the difference between a hot dog and a wiener? Well, a wiener goes into an all-natural casing that gives you that nice snap, you know, without any byproducts or anything like that. We had schnitzel, which is a pork schnitzel, which is a pounded-out pork loin, breaded and fried golden brown. Another phenomenal piece. I mean, it practically fills your whole plate, no room for sides. We had something unique, a sausage called bockwurst, which is probably one of mine and Steve's favorites, but folks didn't really catch on to it. But it's made with primarily with veal, all-natural parsley, a very popular item in Germany, one of our favorites. What else we had? We were making fresh crepes last year as well, with a nice sweet cheese filling for the dessert. And then obviously all the other basic things that we had as well, from hamburgers and French fries and stuff like that. We had goulash, we had a hunter's stew last year. So this year we're probably going to kick it up a notch and modify it based on what we heard from customers last year. But it's guaranteed that you will not leave hungry, and you'll definitely want to take some home.
That's awesome. I'm looking forward to it. It's I'm going to be there both days and can't wait for that. So I'm probably going to end up leaving about 5 pounds heavier. So,
that's okay.
So let's talk about last year versus this year. This is your second annual Oktoberfest. So can you guys touch on why you decided to organize this event, and talk about what the turnout was last year, what you expect the turnout to be this year, and what you're doing between the years.
The reason we organized the event was there was nothing like this, anywhere around us, and that was some of the feedback we got last year. Is from, some of the what I would call old timers to the area, and they were throwing out compliments like, "Wow, I haven't experienced anything like that even when I was in Germany." The feel of the event, and that was what we wanted. We wanted that truly awesome event where people bonded and got together, because just like you said, festivals are different. In a blacktop festival, it's you go there, you sit down, you don't even know your neighbor, and around here with the atmosphere we have, people are talking, and they may not know each other, but it's a friendlier atmosphere. Everybody relaxes and enjoys themselves, and before you know it, there's somebody from Scranton somebody from New Jersey, and you have the people from Carbon County coming there who know the area and talking and meeting each other after years of not seeing each other. It's that was the whole concept of doing it, and bringing other businesses in that sponsor the events, get involved. It was really about bringing the community together, the business community, and doing something good for the community, because part of what we're doing is trying to raise money for Dream Come True, the Blue Ridge chapter of Dream Come True. So that's part of the passion of this, is is that whole atmosphere and friendship and community, and bringing everybody together. So that's part of what we did.
That's great. Frank, you have anything to add to that?
I think, really what it comes down to, when Steve and I first talked, we always said we don't have a really good party with great food and stuff like that. So I think it comes down is to give, everybody that comes the best value possible, the best atmosphere, the best food, the best beer selection, and really is to make friends and network, because there was a lot of business people that were there last year that actually got to hook up and are working with each other, to this day. So I think it really comes down to having a great time, a family atmosphere, like Steve had said, great food, great beer, and what, people look forward to it, next year. That's really what it's all about.
That's great. I mean, well, it's the second year you're doing it, so obviously it was a success last year. And how many people would you estimate you had show up to the event last year?
It was around 700, we estimate, and like Frank said, the people that were there and the responses we got, we took surveys from, and they were just so ecstatic, and they're saying, you have to do this again, but maybe tweak this a little, change that, and we listened to what they said. So this year if everybody tells 2 or 3 friends, we would expect somewhere in the neighborhood of 2 to 4,000 people to show up to this event, which would just be awesome. I would love to happen.
Yeah, yeah, that'd be great. And what what are some of the activities that you have planned, for this year? And I think some of them you had last year, but what do you have going on? And what's going to be there for for kids, for adults? Just talk about everything.
Oh, well, we have Buster the Clown's coming back. He's always popular with the kids. We have hot air balloon rides. They're tethered balloon rides. We also have what's called a balloon walk, where they take a balloon, lay it on its side, fill it with beach balls, and the kids can run around in that. We have a mechanical bull. That's another new item for this year. And for the kids, we have $8. They can ride amusement rides all day. It's an awesome deal. And for the people that want to eat, like Frank said, lots of food to eat. And the people that want to have a good time and enjoy themselves with some beer or wine, we have that. We have also we have Wild Bill Pocono. He's a trick shooter. We have 8 different entertainment acts, plus some local talent. We have strolling musicians. We have just all different kinds of things going on. I'm not sure what I missed. There's so many things that we had. Horses for Hope is coming. They do horse rides, individual horse rides for people. We have Lignor carriage rides. They'll be doing horse carriage rides around the the grounds. So then maybe Frank can talk about the atmosphere a little bit with all the different things that we have going on there.
Yeah, Frank, you want to touch on the atmosphere?
I'm actually amazed by the amount of stuff that Steve just rolled off. It's a lot, and that's the whole idea, is to make sure that everybody has something to do and keep them there for the day. Again, going back to the other festivals, as we want to call it, it's really just primarily beer and a little bit of entertainment. And I think the angle that we've taken is to make sure that everybody's happy, and if it's grandma and grandpa bringing their grandchildren down, they can sit there and play with the rides while grandma and grandpa can eat and listen to music. So I think it's great for everybody, and that's pretty much it. But I'm pretty excited about the Wild Bull. We're going to have a whole contest, Beat the Bull. So we'll see how that works out. And it's not typical to have a bull ride at an Oktoberfest, but why the heck not? It's definitely going to be fun to watch.
Exactly. I was actually going to ask you guys, bull riding. I looked at the musical lineup. You have a variety of musicians that are going to be there. Classic rock, for instance. Not typically the things that you would associate with Oktoberfest. What influenced you guys to say, hey, let's go down this path and let's include these types of activities or these types of musical acts at your event?
Well,
I think it comes.
Learn from like I said, surveying the people that were there, and that was one of the things. We had polka bands going all the time, and we had a DJ, and he was playing polka and Swiss music and German music, and he came over to me and he said, his name was Kurt Fisher, and he said, Steve, he goes, everybody's asking me for Led Zeppelin and Pink Floyd and Queen, and what do I do? I said, well, give them what they want, because that's why we're here, and before you know it, he had attracted quite a crowd. He was cranking out some awesome tunes, and everybody was getting into it. And as they were leaving, the people were telling us, wow, that was really cool that you switched everything up in the middle and you just started playing what everybody wanted, and we really like to have the DJs back. And we had Doc from Penn's Peak Radio there, and he was there for a little bit. He opened it up with a Jimi Hendrix song and played the Star Spangled Banner. It was just different things like that. Our event unique, and that's what the Oktoberfest is. It's just it's morphing into something that's special, and people look forward to it. So that was kind of our take on the whole entertainment thing. Is let's figure this out, and we had Mike Stanley from Royal Jam Music. He organized, the musical acts. He knows a lot of people in the area, and he took the feedback that we gave him and went out and found musical acts that fit the style of what people were looking for.
That's great. And you guys have, I believe it's 7 bands. You have Kurt Fisher coming back as a DJ. You have a strolling musician. I mean, just a huge variety. So, yeah, Frank, did you want to add anything there?
No, I just, again, kind of to reiterate what Steve said, I think we have to, listen to what the people want. And that's what the people want, and we're giving them what they want, I think the authenticity of it comes down to, as long as people are having a good time, then it's authentic, and that's really what it comes down to.
Exactly, exactly. So let me wrap this up with why don't you guys give everybody the dates, the times of the event, how they can order tickets, give people the web address, your Facebook page, all of that.
So the dates of the event are Saturday, October 4th, 2014, from noon to 10 p.m. And the other date is Sunday, October 5th, 2014, from noon to 8 p.m. It's a rain or shine event. We have general admission starts at $5. We have the Oktoberfest package is an entry beer commemorative mug is $35, and then we have something extra special as the VIP club. You get all those things mentioned before, plus cigars and food. It's $85, and you can go online and get promo codes at either of our websites, www.rfhl.com or www.redcastlebrewery.com, and there's promo codes on there that you can get discounts off entry. Carbon County Oktoberfest site is www.carboncountyoktoberfest.com. Oktoberfest spelled with a K. You can even find it if you can see. But there's a Facebook link on that page also. So all the different activities and things that we have going on, we've got posted on there. There's videos on the blog, on the website, and the different acts that'll be there. That's basically, or you can call Frank. Maybe give me your number. I never remember it. I have it on speaker.
Yeah, if anybody, like I said, has any questions or anything like that about the packages, about actually coming on board as a vendor, because we are getting a decent amount of phone calls now for additional vendors to come in and display their goods. You can feel free to call me at 484-357-6549 or email me at frank@carboncountyoktoberfest.com as well. Or we get a lot of messages right from our Facebook page as well. So whatever's easiest for you, we're always here to help.
Yeah, that's awesome. And I just want to mention, I'll have the link to the website and Frank's phone number and email in the description below this video. So if you want to get more information, just go ahead and click through to the website. All of the detail is on the website, like Steve had mentioned. Lots of video, lots of information there. And one last element I'd like to wrap up on is prior to just shooting this video, the three of us had a conversation, and you guys were explaining the differences between some different events and yours as far as pricing goes, and especially when it comes to the beer. Because Oktoberfest, a lot of people associate beer and wine with the events. So you, Frank, you were talking about some pricing of what you guys were offering to a group of beer distributors, I think it was, and they were shocked at what you guys were offering. Can you just recap this and give everybody an idea of the value that they would get coming to your Oktoberfest?
Sure. I still think the pricing is crazy, but we're sticking with it. But last week I was out at a festival, and folks paid $45 to get in to sample little 2-ounce samples walking around. And when I told them we had probably one of the best parties in Eastern PA happening soon, and they'd get a commemorative 16-ounce glass mug, and they would be getting for $35, some of the best German beers ever made. They were like, you're full of baloney. I'm like, no, it's the real deal. Here's the flyer. And they were like, oh my God, we got to get a bunch of people together and get our butts up there. So, again, the whole thing is giving people value because we want them to come back. And, the beers that we have, everything from Spaten to Warsteiner to some of the local craft brews that we have, some of the best beers. And Konig Ludwig is actually one of the first Oktoberfest beers when Oktoberfest started back in Germany back in the day, which is a long time ago. And they're still making beer to stay, and we are actually going to be featuring that beer at our Oktoberfest, which I haven't seen that beer featured anywhere at any of the festivals that Steve or I have gone to. So, for $35, even if you come for the day, you have a beer an hour, beer every 2 hours, whatever it is amongst the food, and enjoy the entertainment. For $35, you're not getting it. Some of the other places are charging $7, $8, a beer for this stuff, or you can get the package, or at our place for $4, you can buy as you go as well. So it's a value no matter how you look at it, whether you're buying by the glass or you're buying the package. It's a great value.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So, again, the website is www.carboncountyktoberfest.com. Go check it out. You can buy tickets there, get all your information there. And, guys, I just want to say thank you for taking time out today to talk about your great Oktoberfest.
Thank you.
Thank you, Brett.
All right, guys. Talk to you later.
Have a great day.